Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of Sundays with Sterling, even though I'm not posting this on a Sunday. Oh well. My name is Sterling Jr. I'm actually the head writer of Cure Natural Skincare, and I'm also the founder of both the small business, the Sterling Studies, along with the nonprofit organization Black Hearts of History. So this actually was an idea creative out of random between myself, Sterling, and the owner of Cure Natural Skincare, Yari. So we actually just did a thing on our Instagrams called Sundays with Sterling, since I always do the farmers market on Sundays normally, whether it's at Yellow Green or Merrick Park, and at times I've done Aventura Mall, but not for the skincare as yet. But anyways, I've always thought it'd be interesting to give it more of a different twist to more than just being at farmers markets all the time. Which don't get me wrong, I am grateful for, but if it would be easier to just expand it in more ways than one. So I randomly just said to him like what if there was like a podcast or something like that? And surprising enough, he actually really loved that idea. So we actually just decided like after like a couple weeks, he was like, "Yeah, definitely go for it." Actually, as a podcast, and it was like just a podcast dedicated to just dead sea salts. So that actually was first like questionable at times because it's something that is not a common topic, obviously, but different topics always do make good conversations. So yeah, this podcast is actually just going to be dedicated to Cure Natural Skincare and dead sea salt minerals as well. Whether we do like events, hostings, and any offers that we also do as well. So, just to get to know more about the business, Cure Natural Skincare actually is dedicated to only dead sea salt minerals from the Dead Sea itself between Israel, Jordan, Palestine, and if I'm correct in my geography, the West Bank is the fourth place it borders. But yeah, so actually it was kind of an actually easy way to get people interested in trying like new salts that obviously are not for cooking. Spoiler. But yeah, this is actually skincare actually, so it's easier for like any skin type or skin condition, skin ailment, and actually you can actually feel the actual softness within like less than 2 minutes of scrubbing. And for those who want to know how I actually became the head writer for the company, I actually met Yari when he was doing it at Merrick Park when I was doing direct marketing, which I'll be honest, I was grateful that they actually gave me a chance to actually do direct marketing, but I did not like it at all. I'd rather do digital, which I'm thankful that I do now. But yeah, a friend of mine's, when I did direct marketing, she wanted help finding gifts for some of the leaders there when we both did direct marketing. So I think it was July 4th of, not last year, the year before, 2021. I took a bus and a train all the way to Coconut Grove from Miami Gardens. So for those who probably have done that, you probably know how long that was. So anyways, yeah, so I took a bus, the train, and another bus all the way to where she was, and then she introduced me to the mall on Merrick Park. I think it's just called Shops at Merrick Park, but I don't know the full name to be honest. Whoops. Despite I'm a vendor there. That's embarrassing. Oh well. They don't know my name anyways. But yeah, anyways, she actually invited me to that mall, and only to find out there was a farmers market there, which I was always okay with. I was always super supportive with like trying out different small businesses, and he was one of the vendors there, standing by. I think it was like the water fountain, not water fountain, the not the water fountains like to drink, but it's the that display water fountains that kids like to like check out or sit by or stuff like that. So yeah, he was there selling the skincare, and I told him I would be right back since I wanted to help my friend find the gifts first inside first, and then after a few minutes, we came back out as I promised, and he actually let me try the actual salt itself. And I was actually really surprised on how soft it actually made my hands, and I didn't even do it for like 2 minutes. And after that, he did the whole routine, which is the scrub itself with the salts, which we have a new salt as well, which I'm gonna talk about as a future podcast episode. And afterwards, it was the hand care cream, and then the papaya body butter as well. My friend admit she was kind of scared to do it, so she didn't, but I did it. And I would admit it was worth it. That actually, I think, was probably the better gift to actually give him instead of the ones that were inside the actual shops itself. But it's always best to like try something new before, you know, give it as a gift to someone else, obviously. And so from there, I actually didn't start the Sterling Studies yet, but I was peaking towards starting it and quitting direct marketing. So I gave him one of my cards at the time that I had for just the writing portion of the business that I was going to start soon. Then afterwards, I actually got a call from him saying, hey, he noticed that I'm a writer. So we actually met up at the local Starbucks in Miami Gardens that I used to live by. And from there, he actually told me a bit about his book and everything. And it was actually a poetry book called Healed, which it is actually officially published with my name as the editor. So I'm actually like super grateful for that still. And yeah, from there, I actually edited the entire poetry book, sent it back to him. Then he introduced me to the publisher afterwards, since he has a conference of his own. And when I saw my name in that book, I was super impressed. And then from there, he actually invited me. As I was finishing the book itself, editing the poetry, he actually invited me to help him out at the Miami Book Fair that actually was happening. Which it's been, to be honest, I only went to Miami-Dade Wolfson mainly for like the chess tournaments back when I was in high school. So I was like early 20s when I did that for Wolfson campus at the Miami Book Fair. And and it was actually really fun, like being back in that area after graduating high school in 2015, which I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's actually almost 8 years since I graduated, and I can't believe I feel that old. But yeah, so she actually liked how my style was with bringing people over, trying both the hummus, which that's another one of the businesses called Mediterranean Delight, and the skincare, aka his business, Cure Natural Skincare. So he actually appreciated like what I did and the style I brought people over. So afterwards, I actually almost like kind of became like a regular, really, with regards to doing it on Sundays, which is actually how I first got into this as a vendor or a part-time vendor, and then eventually becoming the head writer for the skincare. Since personally, I always see like every business like has an actual like should have like a blog or something of their sorts to actually get themselves like promoted. So, which I'm actually starting another podcast called Small Business Sterling, spoiler, and that's actually one of the podcast episodes I'm recording like right after this, actually, for why small business should have a blog, actually. So definitely check that out once this one is, well, after this one's published and that one as well. But yeah, so it always thought it'd be interesting to, write on topics that you normally never really hear much on, since it gives it more of an awareness to it, which I would say everything should have like a reason to, like what they are, what they stand for, how it can be helpful or beneficial to others. And yeah, I've been doing it for almost a year and a half now, being the head writer, and I'm actually super grateful for being this opportunity, to the point we now have a literal podcast out of just a random idea that I thought of. But Apparently, it is working, even though this is the first episode. I plan on doing a lot more episodes for sure, both audio versions like this one, along with video ones as well on our YouTube page, which is it's the same name, Cure Natural Skincare. And yeah, I didn't really have much to say since this is just the introduction, but I do really appreciate everyone who was willing to sit down or, I don't know, drink a cup of coffee or something while listening to this. And yeah, there's going to be a lot more episodes, both here and on YouTube, as interviews and just in general, really. Get to know more on dead sea salts and even have people trying it as well, since it's always important to always try something new, and there's nothing to be really afraid of when it comes to doing something simple as that, because washing your hands with even just salt takes like less than 5 minutes. So, well, in my case, two. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who was willing to stop by and listen and check out this very first episode. If you want more information about the actual business, Cure Natural Skincare, the website is cureskin.care. So yeah, I thank you again and have a good day.